Okie dokie, we are live. We are live. At least I think we are. We are live, yeah, we're live. Yeah, man, just a quick little boxing chat. Boxing, non-boxing. You can really ask whatever you fucking want, to be honest. There's no real set topic on this discussion. We'll talk about whatever comes up, really. You guys know how it is. But yeah, a quiet weekend coming up. We have obviously the BT card with Anthony Yarde making his comeback and a couple of good domestic fights. And we also have obviously Jake Paul fighting this weekend. But there you go. But yeah, big up to J Dav. Is that Frank Warren card happening tomorrow? Solo profile. Yes, it's happening. Yeah. Leon Woodstock, Anthony Kakatche, and Sam Maxwell versus Akeem Ellis-Brown. It's actually, it's not a bad little domestic show, to be honest. It's not a bad little show, but yeah, there's no hype whatsoever. And obviously as well, the return of Anthony Yarde. Big up to Unrivaled. He says, congrats on Ronaldo and tell everyone the truth. What I told you yesterday, I didn't want... Yeah, to be fair to Unrivaled, he said yesterday he didn't want Ronaldo at City. He did say that. I will vouch for him there. I will vouch for him. But yeah, big up to Unrivaled. Really good channel. Salute to Unrivaled every single time. Big up to yourself, man. Did you catch the return of the White Rhino? I saw the stoppage on Twitter. But yeah, the guy he was fighting looked like a complete state. So it is what it is, man. We'll see where Dave Allen goes. I can't really see too much from old Dave. But we'll see. Any question can get it, indeed. Big up to Felipe in the house. Big up to you, sir. Big up to Bruce Goes as well. Every single time. He looked great. 2 or 3 fights away from a Joshua bout. Oh, dear. Big up to Lamb Chop. Salute to you, sir. Loved the recent Disturbed reality video. Wish you could cover ISIS execution videos. We'll definitely take a look at that. We'll definitely take a look at that at some point. We'll definitely take a look. But yeah, big up to Bruce, big up to Mark. WPM, he says, do you invest in crypto? I've played around with it, especially at the start of this year, end of last year. I played around with it. I made a little bit of change and I kind of stopped because, to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. It was really just beginner's luck. So I basically quit while I was ahead with the intention of going back and really studying it, researching it, but I've not got round to it, to tell you the truth. I probably should do. But yeah, the answer is no. I don't invest in crypto seriously. Oh yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, the WBA have ordered Lee Wood versus Michael Conlan. Yeah, that's actually quite a competitive fight. You know, I'm not a big fan of Michael Conlan. I don't really rate him all that highly, but I do believe he can win that fight. Yeah, Lee Wood looked great against Can Xu, but I don't think Lee Wood's a world-class fighter, to tell you the truth. I really don't. And Michael Conlan definitely has a good chance in that fight. I would call it 50-50, to tell you the truth. In fact, you know what? I might actually favour Michael Conlan, believe it or not. I might favour Michael Conlan. Big up to ABC in the house. 100k loading, bro. Fingers crossed. Yes, big up to Levi Khan as well. Straight out of NYC on this fine Friday. Big up to Levi Khan. Michael Conlan is the Irish Paulie Malignaggi. He's pillow-fisted. Yeah, he's not great to watch, Michael Conlan, but I do believe he can beat Lee Wood. Again, I'm not going to... I said I make Michael Conlan the slight favourite maybe, but I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth. But it's a competitive fight. It's a competitive fight. And apparently Leo Santa Cruz is going to have to fight the winner. That's what I read. If Leo Santa Cruz can actually make weight, he beats both guys convincingly. To be fair, the WBA ordering all of these interim versus regular champions is fun. Yeah, it's true. There's some good fights to be made there. There's some good fights to be made, no doubt about it. Hopefully they come to fruition, though. I can't trust the WBA until we see these guys in the ring. But, you know, On paper, it looks to be a step in the right direction. Might get Tank versus Rolly Romero, Chris Colbert versus Gutierrez. Yeah, I like Chris Colbert, Gutierrez. Chris Colbert, obviously the better boxer. I would imagine he wins that fight on points, but Gutierrez can really punch. So that's a good fight, that is. That's a really good fight. I'd favour Colbert, but Gutierrez has a chance. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting, Felipe. I think it'll be interesting for what it is. Pretty competitive. What weight will AJ be versus Usyk? Is he going down? I saw. Yeah, so apparently what it looks like right now, Joshua is going to be lean in that fight, and I think that serves him correct as well. I don't think Joshua can afford to be bulked up and really muscle bound in this fight. What did he weigh against Andy Ruiz in the rematch? Was it 239, 240? I think it was like low 240s, maybe something like that. But I think that's what Joshua needs to weigh in again in this fight. I think he needs to be light. I really do. I'd say low. I would say low 240s for Joshua. Good fight if that happens, Brandon. But apparently, Jaron Ennis is fighting Thomas Delorme next, is what I've heard, which is okay. It's not too bad. But, you know, Delorme's been around a little while now, so I'm not really expecting Delorme to give Ennis any real problems, but it's okay. Yes, big up to Mark every single time. Oh, Madeira Cake, are you going to buy crypto soon? Maybe, man. Again, I need to research it, Madeira. I need to really research it. I went in kind of blind last time, and I got lucky. Yeah, I think it's a decent fight. Two unbeaten prospects, similar level in their careers. I think it's decent enough. Peter Milas isn't a bad fighter. Not a big puncher, but he's relatively active. Decent enough boxer. I would imagine Tony Yoka wins that fight, but it's decent. You know, two unbeaten guys going at it in the heavyweight division. It's always good to see. Yeah, he came in at around 240 against Pulev. Yeah, I think that's what he'll come in again against Usyk. I think that'll definitely be beneficial to him to come in light. Because if he can't blast, let's say he comes in heavy and he can't get rid of Usyk early on, I think he'll be in deep trouble. Stamina in this fight for Joshua could be very important, and obviously management of that stamina. So yeah, being lighter, I think is more beneficial for Joshua. And I think Joshua needs to be quicker in this fight. I think what you'll see from Joshua in this fight, he's going to be a lot more circumspect than people imagine. I think he'll try and draw the lead of Alexander Usyk, take a half step back and try and walk him into a big power shot, a big counterpunch. I think he's going to try and knock Usyk out coming in. You see how he fought Povetkin with that low lead hand and jabbing from the waist and kind of taking the half step back? I think he'll try and do something similar in this fight. Yes, big up to Iceman, first man here. Nice to see you, bro, man. I've seen you on a lot of other channels, man, so big up to Iceman. Usyk has looked mediocre at heavyweight. I don't get the hype for this fight. He doesn't deserve that title shot. No, I think he deserves the title shot. I mean, by the WBO's own rules, he deserves the title shot. It's the same thing with Terence Crawford when he moved to 147. He got a title shot by the same merit. So I think he deserves his title shot by what he did at cruiserweight. You know, it was exceptional. And something like that, in my opinion, deserves to be rewarded. So I think Usyk deserves a title shot. Usyk, I don't think he's been poor at heavyweight. He's not exactly set for world alight, but I don't think he's been poor. Oh yeah, it's Beterbiev, man. One of my favourites right now in boxing. I like Beterbiev. I heard Usyk is trying to weigh in at around 230 pounds. I think that will do more harm than good. Interesting one, yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure, really. I've seen Usyk's pictures and, you know, he looks relatively natural at that weight. It doesn't look, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't look like it's just been forced on that weight. It looks quite natural. 230 for Usyk. So I think he'll be okay, you know. Good evening, young Derek. Looking forward to Akeem Ennis-Brown versus Maxwell. Yeah, it's a good fight, bro. Akeem Ennis-Brown is a very tricky boxer. Not much of a puncher, but he's very tricky. He's very awkward, hard to pin down. Maxwell's more of a regular kind of boxer with power. So that's going to be an interesting fight. I'm not really sure who I'd favour in that fight. I prefer Sam Maxwell, to be honest. I think Ennis-Brown comes across a bit of a, you know, as a bit of a dickhead, but yeah, it's a hard fight to call, that one. Yes, big up to Unrivaled, man. Yeah, I try my best, man. I try my best. And big up to Intangible as well. I've been really enjoying Intangible's Twitter profile recently. I'll tell you that much. And he's got a channel as well, by the way, Intangible. Another good channel. Ennis-Brown strutting about like he's a world champion, yeah. Listen, he's got to show confidence, but I just think he comes across like a bit of a dickhead, to be honest. Sam Maxwell is a pretty down-to-earth guy. He was actually a really good amateur, Sam Maxwell. I think he fought Vasily Lomachenko as well in the World Series of Boxing, Sam Maxwell. So Sam Maxwell has good pedigree, but he's not really put it all together yet as a pro. And he's not the youngest either. I think he's early 30s, so he needs to get a move on, Sam Maxwell. I agree, Bump of K. I agree. People are looking way too much into Usyk's 2 pro fights at heavyweight. I agree. And let's be honest here, Chisora, yeah, early on, Derek was giving Usyk some physical problems, no doubt about it. But Usyk beat Chisora more clearly than Parker did. He beat him more clearly than Dillian White did, in my opinion. So, you know, all things considered, you know, when you look at recent Chisora fights against top-level competition, I felt Usyk did the best job, especially in terms of scorecards. The thing is with Usyk and Chisora, Usyk-Chisora was a very hard physical fight for Usyk, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it was a hard fight in terms of like being close on points, if that makes sense. So I felt Usyk won that fight clearly, like maybe 9 rounds to 3, something like that. But Chisora was still a challenge physically. You know, he was mauling, he was hitting low, he was hitting behind the head, doing a lot of dirty shit in there. He made it a hard fight, but that didn't necessarily translate into scoring criteria. You know, a hard fight can still be a fight where a guy wins 12 rounds to nothing. It could still be a hard fight. But, you know, it is what it is. That's true, James. Yeah, he's a bit of a character. He's a bit of a character. You can't hate on that. Yeah, looking forward to a couple of the Queensbury cards tomorrow. But outside of those 2 fights, it should be very hard to get. Yeah. Oh, big up to Iceman, by the way. Shout out to Unrivaled Boxing, Marky Mark. Yeah, big up to Unrivaled, man. Big up to Unrivaled. Me and Unrivaled have been back and forth for a long time now. I remember when Unrivaled started this channel, his channel now, and he had like, I think I was with Unrivaled when he had maybe a couple of 100 subs. But yeah, one of the best boxing minds on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned. He can talk history, he can talk modern day prospects, etc. The business of boxing as well. He's a well-rounded boxing content creator. But yeah, big up to Iceman again for the super chat. Much appreciated, bro. If Boots wins every round and stops Delorme quicker than Crawford, that's a big statement. Yeah, no doubt, man, because Stanionis went the distance with Delorme quite recently, so it'll be a good look. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I had an 8-4. You can have a fight that is a shutout and still be hard as hell. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. So, for example, yeah, I mean, Sean Porter, Adrian Granados. I felt Porter like won that fight wide on the cards, on my card anyway. But Granados still made it a really hard physical fight. You know, a wide fight on the cards is not necessarily an easy fight, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, people also read too much into the Chaz Witherspoon fight. It was a glorified sparring session. Looked like Usyk showed up stoned, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, you could tell that Usyk didn't really take Chaz Witherspoon seriously. And why would you, man? I mean, no disrespect to Chaz Witherspoon, but the guy's a part-time boxer. He looks a bit dopey, doesn't he, to be honest, Chaz Witherspoon. And bear in mind, when Usyk was supposed to fight a heavyweight for the first time, originally it was supposed to be Carlos Takam. And it went down to Tyrone Spong, then to Chaz Witherspoon. Yeah, I heard that, Haydar. I heard that. Chris Eubank Jr. is fighting soon, actually, on Sky, but he's fighting a cream puff. So order some chicken now, Blue Collar. Order some chicken now, Blue Collar Sports TV streaming, living the life, indeed, man. Yeah, do you know what I could do with a fucking takeaway right now? But I'm trying to be a bit more healthy. Chris G, I found this channel well before Disturbed Reality. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. But yeah, big up to Chris G, man. Salute. People joke about Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, but I actually think Ivan Baranchyk versus Montana Love and even Conwell versus an overmatched prospect. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a couple of things to look out for on the undercard. I've seen a bit of Montana Love, and to be honest, I don't really rate him. So if Baranchyk has anything left, I think he'll overwhelm him. But it's good to see Baranchyk back in the ring. You know what you're going to get with him. It's always going to be crash, bang, wallop. He's going to come forward and make it a fight. So that'll be fun. And Conwell, to me, Charles Conwell is one of the most underrated prospects in the US, or at least he should be discussed a lot more, in my opinion. Charles Conwell. I like Charles Conwell. Like his style. Good pressure. Strong dude. He's got a good engine on him as well, Charles Conwell. Obviously, he's known for that fight with Patrick Day, which is unfortunate, but Charles Conwell's a really good fighter. Nah, it's good to hear, man. Good to hear. Jaime Munguia versus Takashi Inoue, I think, too. Tanaka versus Taguchi was a 10-2 or 11-1, but hard for Tanaka at times. Exactly, Intangible. Exactly. A lot of people, though, they can't really... You know, a hard fight is not necessarily a close fight. They're not mutually exclusive kind of thing. But a lot of people have a hard time seeing that for whatever reason. Can we see the back of your head? Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I've got no idea where Ronda Rousey is these days, man. Last time I checked, she was in wrestling, weren't she? Ronda Rousey. Yeah, that's a good shout as well. Yeah, Chocolatito versus Israel Gonzalez was a little hard for Chocolatito at times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few decent fights on the Jake Paul undercard. Yeah, there's a couple of things to look out for. You know, Daniel Dubois, of course, is fighting. And I know he's fighting a cream puff, but it'll be good to see him fight. Yeah, Montana Love isn't super impressive, but with the right game plan, and if Baranchyk is running on fumes, similar to Zepeda versus Lundy, it could be hard. I've got Baranchyk by UD. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, Baranchyk by like a hard-fought UD, like a competitive UD. I would agree, Chris G. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, Hidden Ape. I can't sense any potential from Campbell Hatton. Even with Ben, you could see some consciousness and will. Exactly, bro. I see nothing with Campbell Hatton, to tell you the truth. I mean, he doesn't look all that strong. He doesn't look that quick. He doesn't hit hard. There's no amateur background to fall back on. To me, Campbell Hatton just doesn't seem like a talented fighter whatsoever. You know, he's there down to nepotism purely. There's no doubt about it. Like, obviously, Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, when they started, they was there due to nepotism as well. But like you said, at least you could see there was some sort of talent there. There was something to work with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. But with Campbell Hatton, I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. I really don't. Really, Campbell Hatton needs to spend 12 months just fighting on small hall shows, away from the cameras, just improving, getting rounds kind of thing. But that's not going to happen, obviously. Now, this fight was talked about, Conor Benn versus Adrian Broner. That's what Eddie Hearn's saying after Granados. Do you know what, Copend? Based on how Broner looks these days, Conor Ben probably outworks him, because he looked horrendous in his last fight. He looked absolutely horrendous. Who did he fight? Santiago? I thought he lost that fight, to be honest. And Santiago really isn't good. He's bang average at best. And Broner lost that fight. So I would pick Conor Benn, but it's still a decent fight, I guess. I think Sky are going to do something big. There's loads of free agents around. Surprised nobody signed Lee McGregor, Hosea Burton, Jay Harris, Dan Aziz, Riakporhe. They could be, yeah. They are names they could get. But like Coppen said, yeah, Sky are not a promotional outfit, so they can't put fights together. Yeah, that's what they need Boxer for, or Ben. What's his name? Ben Shalom, whatever his name is. Felipe says, I've got Baranchik via late stoppage, but it'll be interesting to see how his fight versus Zepeda has affected him. Yeah, it'll be good to see him back in the ring. He looks in good shape. I was looking at him in his recent he's done some interviews and he looked in good nick. So hopefully he's back and competing. Big up to Timmy Nealon. Big up to Pigeon as well, man. Yeah, long time no see, Pigeon, man. He says Campbell Hatton is a joker. I agree. My mum would be able to mug Campbell Hatton down a dark alley. Bless him. Campbell soups are more worthy than Campbell Hatton. I like a bit of Campbell soup, Pigeon. A bit of Campbell's chicken soup. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Yeah, Baranchik, if he's okay, will stop Montana in 6 rounds. What a sick name, by the way, Montana Love. That's a pretty sick name, I can't lie. Boots Ennis is fighting, yeah. I saw that, Nathan. It's okay. But, you know, Delorme's got a lot of miles now. But it's okay. I'm not going to complain. Oh, Pigeon's taking shots. I've been researching into Jake Paul and found out the inevitable Devil's Horns galore. Disney show. Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying, James. I know what you're saying. Yeah, Broner's done, Felipe. When you look at Adrian Broner, he looks like a guy who has... He's aged prematurely. I mean, in the last couple of years, look at the state of this guy, man. His skin, he looks bloated. You can tell that guy drinks a lot. He drinks a lot, man. And yeah, I would imagine Conor Benn beats him, to be honest. Big up to John Gonzalez every single time. My man from Texas. Not sure what the Zepeda Wars took out of Baranchik, though. Exactly, man. Exactly. 9 out of 10 fighters, man. That's going to take a lot out of them. But you never know, man. Boxing's a funny sport. He might be okay. Baranchik's a bit of a psychopath, so I don't think he's going to be timid, put it that way. I think mentally he'll be okay, Ivan Baranchik. It's just whether he's there physically. Oh, Pigeon's taking shots at Mark, supporting Man City. Yeah, that's Pigeon. That's Pigeon. Mr. Phil, big up to Pigeon. Pacquiao won. I've only seen it once, bro, and I thought Ugas won, to be honest. I thought Ugas won. Yeah, Jovian Santiago got absolutely destroyed by Antoine Russell a couple of months later. Yeah. And by the way, Gary Antoine Russell, one of the best prospects, in my opinion, in America. Looks very good. Very good, man. Once those belts become vacant, he'll definitely win one in the very near future. I'm convinced he'll be a world champion. I think he looks very good. Gary Antoine Russell, really good prospect. See, everyone's gassing about Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, and rightly so, especially Virgil Ortiz, but Gary Antoine Russell, to me, I think he looks very good. Yeah, exactly, Nathan, I agree. Yeah, I wish fighters would fight 3 times a year at the highest level. And if you're going to fight cream puffs, at least fight like 6 or 7 times. Exactly, bro. Exactly. But you got guys out here fighting 1 time against a bum. They'll get paid a lot of money. And what's the incentive for these guys to fight more than once a year? If these guys are going to get overpaid to fight a cream puff, why would they fight more than once a year? That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of boxing fans, they'll point to the UFC and say, oh, boxers get paid more. Boxing's a better sport. They take care of fighters, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, boxers do get paid more at the higher level. But I think the pay structure in boxing's all fucked up, like it is in the UFC. But boxing is in the opposite direction. Reality is a lot of these guys are overpaid. How many times do you hear promoters complain about losing money on shows, losing money on fighters? So many fighters are overpaid now for fighting bums, let's be honest. And when that happens, if you're a fighter, whoever you may be, let's say you're whoever, you're getting paid, you're going to get paid $2 million to fight like a C-level guy, right? Why would you then fight an A-level guy for $3 million when you can fight 2 C-level guys in a year and get paid $2 million each time? Why would you fight an A-level guy for a little bit more? A lot of fighters in 2021 have been spoiled, in my opinion, by the rise of companies like the PBC, who overpaid fighters at the start. The Zone, when they came on the scene, overpaid fighters massively, to try and sign people. That creates a culture of fighters being entitled and not taking certain fights because they're used to getting paid a certain amount. And when that money's not here anymore, that's where we're at right now. A lot of these guys are just not willing to fight for top competition because they've been spoiled. Facts, Pigeon, facts. Genuinely looking forward to Paul versus Woodley tomorrow. Yeah, do you know what? I only realised, that fight's on Sunday, and I wasn't going to watch it, but I realised it's bank holiday, so I can stay up and watch it if I want to. I might watch it. Yeah, Montana Love sounds like a porn name model. Yeah, that's what I'd call myself, Montana Love. Jesus. Would Broner be the biggest puncher Conor Ben's faced, and how would he handle that? Do you know what? I would say he would be, actually. I would say he would be. Yeah, Conor's not really for anybody who can crack at any real level. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. If Broner can land some of those snappy counters, be interesting. Yes. Yeah, Eubank Jr. versus Sven Elbier on October the 3rd. Yeah, I've never heard of Elbier before. And I follow boxing closely, but I've never heard of this dude, so that doesn't bode well. Yeah, I would have preferred Ennis versus Clayton or an IBF eliminator against Abdu Kakarov. I agree. Intangible. I agree. I kind of feel bad for Clayton. I don't really rate Clayton all that highly, but I felt he beat Sergey Lipinets when he fought him. I thought he beat him. Yeah, he did. Yeah. But to be honest, Nathan, I'll be honest, I see a lot of guys try and hype up Stanionis. Listen, he's a decent fighter for what he is, but he's not going to make any waves at world level. That guy will get starched by any decent welterweight. I don't rate Stanionis that highly. I'd say he's a good European level guy, Stanionis. Maybe fringe world level, but I don't rate him as like a hot prospect or anything like that. Yeah, Broner's definitely a joke, but you'd watch him against Conor Benn. Do you know what, James? I might support Broner against Conor Benn just for the banter. I might support him. Why not? Who the fuck is Sean Boyle? I've got Jake Paul by knockout, probably like second or third round. I think Tyron Woodley will lay down. I think it'll be a fixed fight, in all honesty. If Tyron Woodley comes to fight, I think he would have a legit chance. But I don't think he is, man. He'll lie down for a paycheck. There's too much money in Jake Paul right now. Like if Tyron Woodley wins, what can you do with him? Nothing. There's too much money riding on Jake Paul right now. Yeah, Jamal James should fight Custio Clayton, be a good fight. Yeah. Yeah, Jamal James, he's always in good fights, to be honest. See, I wouldn't mind seeing Jamal James versus Jaron Ennis. I think that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense for me anyway. Brother, when you come to Hong Kong, we wait for your deep tissue massage with Asian women, haha, and boxing discussion. Peace and love. Big up to yourself, man. Big up to yourself. How am I so far behind, man? What the fuck's gone on here? Yeah, I saw that bump of K. I saw that. Yeah, Mark would have jumped on. No, to be fair to Mark, he we was talking last night, and he said he didn't want him. To be fair to Mark, that is very much true. He didn't want him. Once all of the lightweights leave, Keishon Davis will soon have a title. Yeah, I think he looks very good, Brandon. He looks very good. Strong kid, nice balance, nice center of gravity, good punch technique, nice varied offense. I like Keishon Davis. He looks like his style is made for the pro ranks. I would favour Ortiz personally. I do like Ortiz, man. I do like Ortiz. There's just something about Virgil Ortiz, man, but I like. Obviously, his fighting style is fun to watch. He'll come to scrap and try and knock you out, but he's saying all the right things. He's taking step ups each time. And even outside the ring, he seems like super humble, really well brought up. There's nothing not to like about Virgil Ortiz, you know? The only people who don't like Virgil Ortiz is the Terence Crawford fanboys. They're the only people who don't like him. Yes, exactly. Hit the thumbs up, man. Yeah, Bob, I agree, Bob. Yeah, the only decent fight on the Joshua card is Prodan versus Marku. Yeah, obviously the main event, but yeah, in regards to the undercard, yeah, that's the only decent fight. I agree. I like watching Marku. He's not that great, but I do like him. Pigeon says it was 6-6. Manny Ugas. I agree, Felipe. Like in an ideal world, Manny, in my opinion, just needs to retire at this stage. I think he needs to retire. I mean, I'd like to see Manny. Listen, I say that, but it would be nice to see Manny Pacquiao like have one more fight in the Philippines, like against a cream puff, maybe Robert Guerrero, somebody like that. Go out with a win in front of his fans. That would be nice to see, but boxing very rarely has fairy tale endings. So honestly, it's probably best he retires right now. Yeah, Caleb Plant fights one bum a year and complains about quick turnovers. Boxers get paid by third parties, though, the promoters. Yeah, Al Heyman has hedge fund with 500 million to $1 billion he uses to pay out. Yeah, exactly. And he's wasted it, basically. He's wasted it. Yeah, Mikey got paid 7 million to fight Jesse Vargas. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And the Zone were paying fucking KSI and Logan Paul to fight, yeah? But they can't fucking get enough money together to get this third fight with Roman Gonzalez and one and one Francisco Estrada. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Oh, Dante Jordan beat Anthony Tomlinson. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Anthony Tomlinson, he was is he from Doncaster maybe? I know who you're talking about, yeah. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. That's if they're willing to part with their money, Chris. And they'll need to see some sort of return at some point. Big up to Haitian Sensation. Conor Benn got chin checked by Cedric Peanut. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, London Pigeon. I can stick London for like a night out, mate. and that's about it. That's about it. Like, even nights out in London are fucking stressful sometimes, man. You got to pay out the arse to fucking get a pint of beer. Like, the clubs for the most part are overrated. London's not that great, man. Honestly, like, fucking hell. I've not been to London in like 2 years now at this point. Though my last time in London was the best experience I've had in terms of a night out, really good night out. We ended up getting a hotel, that looked like a fucking knock-in shop. Like, there were so many fucking beds in one room, it was crazy. Like, there's there's like an upstairs and a downstairs in one apartment. It's hard to explain, but there were so many fucking beds. It was like a knock-in shop, man, honestly. I could have brought fucking like 4 bitches home and I'd have been okay. There's that many beds. Yeah, Clayton is decent, but not great. Still a solid contender type, I agree. Politically correct, Mr. Popo. Is that actually the real Mr. Popo? Boots is fighting Delorme next. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, he's not great, Pigeon. I don't think he's great. Yeah, exactly. I like Stanionis, but not convinced on his ceiling overall. Yeah. Listen, it'll be good fun to watch at a certain level, but when this guy steps up to any sort of real level, near world level, he'll get fucked up, in my opinion. I think he'll get fucked up. Like, I know a lot of people aren't convinced by Jaron Ennis right now, and I have my reservations, but I think Ennis would beat Stanionis quite comfortably, to be honest. I really do. Haitian sensation Woodley KO's Paul. I don't get how I get so far behind, man. Oh, big up to Nordic, by the way. Salute to Nordic. 2 channels. Nordic's got 2 channels. Nordic Warrior, his original channel, and this channel right here, Nordic Warrior Gaming. So check out both channels. Really cool guy, man. I like Nordic a lot, man. So big up to Nordic. Good to see you here, man. Before I searched into Jake Paul, I preferred him over Conor Benn. Conor Benn is a scam, heated seats to hair, and showing off a 200k watch. Yeah, Conor Benn, man, he's become rather cringy. Like, he's super cringy, man. Just sound bites, Conor Benn. He's strutting around like he's fucking Floyd Mayweather, Conor Benn, right now. And listen, he's improved as a fighter. He's got better, but fuck me, man. You're fighting the likes of Samuel Vargas, Sebastian Formella, fucking, do you know what I mean? Like, just chill. He's got so much work to do. He's never won a legit title, never won a British, never won a Commonwealth, never won a European. He's never been in a fight in which it's deemed as a 50-50. So Conor needs to chill. Show me the back of your head. Joshua Usyk, who have you got? I see it as a true 50-50, and I think a lot of people are overlooking Usyk. I agree, Billy Kane. Right now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sitting on the fence because I make prediction videos, as you guys know. Honestly, I'm not sure who to pick yet. Genuinely, not sure who to pick. It's a good fight, though. It's a really good fight. All I'm really hoping for in that fight is that it's fair down the middle and we get a legit winner. That's all I'm really hoping for. I could really care I could give a fuck less who wins, to be honest, because these guys don't pay my bills, as I always say. So all I'm hoping for is a fair fight, though. Beterbiev versus Brown's a banger. Listen, man, Marcus Brown. How the fuck did this guy get a WBC title shot mandated? This guy's beat Denis Grachev in 2 years and he gets a title shot. And before that, he got knocked out by Jean Pascal. How's this guy getting a fucking title shot? Listen, Marcus Brown, he's a decent fighter. He's talented, but he's one of those guys who never puts it together. For whatever reason, he's just not consistent. There's some fights I've seen Marcus Brown on the come up, and he looked really fucking good. Other fights, he looked fucking terrible, like Kaladzic and obviously Jean Pascal. So Marcus Brown's a weird one to me, man. He's talented, but I don't think he's got that mindset, and he's not got a chin either. So I think Beterbiev fucks him up. Jamal James is nothing special, but he's decent. He's a fringe world level fighter. If you can get by him, that's your entrance to the top dogs. I agree. Intangible. See, me personally, I would like to see Ennis take this fight with Delorme, get that out of the way, which I think he will do. Early next year, fight Jamal James and go from there. I think that would make a lot of sense, to be honest. Eddie Hearn turning into Al Heyman with those weekly allowances. Yeah, but if you criticize Eddie Hearn in the UK, man, you're a hater. You know, whatever, man. People out here love Eddie Hearn. There's a small minority who criticize him, but everyone just fucking sucks off Eddie Hearn in the UK. And I'm not saying Eddie's not a good promoter. He is, but he certainly comes with his problems, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn. Big up to Lee Adam in the chat, in the house, in the chat. Big up to you. GB Guthrie, he says, Woodley might come to fight, to be honest. His wife took the kids, so he's got to pay bills to pay. They have an immediate rematch, so it might be worth chasing it. That's true, GB Guthrie. That is true. See, I kind of want Jake Paul to win because it pisses off like certain boxing fans. But at the same time, I would like to see Jake Paul get knocked the fuck out. So either way, I'm not really fussed who wins that one. I'm not really fussed. Yeah, Ronaldo's going to Man United. The greatest of all time has returned to the theatre of dreams. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not big into football these days like I used to be, but I'll watch Ronaldo's first few games, man. I've got to. Like, he was part of my childhood, man. When I was following Man United real hard when I was a kid, like, Ronaldo was my favourite player back in the day, man. So I'll watch the first few games down to like nostalgia. I agree, unrivaled. But again, Marcus Brown, he might make it competitive for a couple of rounds. Then he'll get touched and get knocked out. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. He's good to watch, Jamal James. And yeah, if you could smash the like, lads, be much appreciated. Okay, so Jake Paul requested a rematch clause. Okay, interesting. Believe it or not, though, we complain about Jake Paul, but if you gave me the choice, yeah, there's two channels and there's two fights. You've got Jake Paul fighting whoever, or you've got Campbell Hatton fighting whoever. I'd watch Jake Paul every single time and twice on Sundays. And I believe it or not, this could be controversial. I think Jake Paul has got a better natural aptitude to fighting than Campbell Hatton. I think Campbell Hatton's that bad. He's a terrible fighter. You're a horrible fighter. I see a few people picking Tyron Woodley. Do you think that is out of hate for Jake Paul trying to be a boxer? I think so. Big boys boxing. I think so. But, you know, Tyron's a smaller guy. He's like real compact and he's quite explosive. If he could stay low and get on Jake's chest and really work, that's the best way to deal with like a novice boxer. If you've been in the gym and you've seen guys start out, if you box with these guys, usually they kind of hold their own. But if you pressure them, get on their chest, that's when they'll start panicking and start making silly mistakes, backing up in straight lines, chin in the air, and getting tagged. So Tyron, in my opinion, needs to just fucking be a real poor man's Mike Tyson, basically. I agree with that. He's a better boxer than Logan, yeah. Who the fuck is Sean Boyle? I would watch it, Brandon. I would definitely watch it, though. The build-up would be funny as fuck. Because Conor Benn can talk shit, as can Adrian Broner, so that'd be funny to watch. And let's be honest, yeah, Broner would be Ben's best opponent so far. Big up to Duck every single time. Is Virgil Ortiz the great-grandson of Luis Ortiz? I don't think so, bro. Yeah, that would make sense as well. Yeah, cashing out against McGregor, that would make sense. Yeah, Robert Guerrero's a legend. His fight with Ortiz took me back in time, yeah. Those guys though looked so shot, man. I watched highlight like bits and pieces of that fight, and they looked shot to bits, man. Yeah, London's not great, Pigeon. London's not great. Although you can pick up some rich girls in London, man. Like the last time I was there, yeah, this chick, I was talking to some chick, like trying to get with her. And this bitch was busting out £50 notes like every other fucking second, man. She was fucking loaded. Man, it's crazy. Dell's ideal night, perving over fat lasses in Greg's. Oh dear. You spent 10k in a month on life. Insane. That is insane, bro. I probably I couldn't spend 10k on like random shit. London is good, bro. Go to the right places. Obviously not central. East London, Shoreditch, Hackney, Wick. The London little bars of class. Yeah, I've not. To be fair, I've not been to London like too many times when it comes to nights out. But I'll tell you what is a really good night out is Cambridge. Like those posh girls in Cambridge, man. Fucking hell. Cambridge is really good though. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with either one of those guys. Duck, Perella would make sense if he can make welterweight, and Ray Robinson is always a good shout for a prospect. If he can't get a southpaw, maybe Rashidi Ellis would be a good shout. Unbeaten prospect at Golden Boy, but you know Ellis isn't really a big name, so he's expendable. Maybe Ellis would make sense. Oh, mate, David Fisher. Thoughts on Eastern European women? Love them. I'm Mr. International, man. I don't really have a type, honestly. I don't really have a type, but Eastern European women, yeah, top notch, top notch. I'm not too familiar with Conor Benn, but he seems like a douchebag. Yeah, he's a bit of a clown, Conor Benn. Dell has posters of Usyk in his bedroom. Do you know, that's one thing I can guarantee you, hand on heart, I've never done. I've never owned any fighter merchandise, never. Even when I was a kid. I never owned any fighter merchandise. Can guarantee you that now, JDev. Can guarantee you that now. Exactly, Duck. Yeah, in that fight, he looked fucking tremendous. But against like Kaladzic, Lenin Castillo, obviously Jean Pascal, he looked really bad, man. So he's one of those guys, man, just never, rarely puts it together, Marcus Browne. Rarely puts it together. The last I heard from Josh Kelly or about Josh Kelly was that he would move up to 154. Yeah, exactly. Beterbiev should fight Smith. Beterbiev would beat his ass. And yeah, at least that fight makes sense. Exactly, the Quags. But Joe Smith Jr. right now is being a bit of a bitch, to tell you the truth. I mean, he had that decision over Maxim Vlasov, which in my opinion he didn't deserve. And now he's talking about fighting Umar Salamov next, who's his mandatory. Fair enough, whatever. I'll accept that. But after that, he's looking at fighting Daniel Jacobs, a fucking blown up middleweight. So, yeah, Joe Smith right now is, I don't know, man. Listen, nice guy, but he's fucking up right now. Just because he's a nice guy, I can't really give him a pass. He's fucking up, and he's ducking that fight. As far as I'm concerned, he's ducking that fight. So, yeah, fuck Joe Smith right now. Marcus Browne is a beating man's nightmare. Yeah, in my opinion, Browne has a shot to beat anybody in the division on a good night. He's dirty, very awkward, and hard to win rounds against. His chin is an issue. Yeah, exactly. He's one of those guys, man. One of those guys. I feel the same way about Gilberto Ramirez. Like I think that guy's a lot better than people give him credit for. I know he's not shown it yet. I know he had like wars with Jesse Hart, but you know that guy was cutting so much weight to make 168. I'm not convinced he was at his optimum at 168. I think he looks a lot stronger at 175. I think Ramirez is going to be a bit of a problem in that weight class. Again, I'm not saying he's going to rule the roost, but I guarantee you he'll give anybody a competitive fight, Ramirez. And based on what I've seen from Bivol recently, I think he's got a good chance of beating Bivol. I went from really rating Bivol when he first turned pro, but in the last couple of fights, man, I'm like, I've not seen the progression from Dimitri Bivol, to tell you the truth. I've got to be honest about it. I'm not going to sit here and hype him up because I like him. I've just not seen the progression in the last couple of fights. And he has been inactive, but I don't know, man. It feels like they're trying to keep Bivol on the shelf for a reason, but there you go. Big up to DJ Big Leg. Sup, Del in the chat. Usyk's coming to fuck AJ up, and my money's on Usyk by stoppage, rounds 9-10. The not fake cone. He says, thoughts on Kazuta Ioka versus Francisco Rodriguez. Listen, it's always good to see Ioka back in action. Rodriguez, though, from what I understand or what I remember, was a champion at light flyweight. Or, yeah, I think it was light flyweight. And he's now at fucking superfly. Not really. He's fought relatively regularly in recent years, but he's not really fought the elite guys. So I think Rodriguez will be... He'll be game. He'll come to fight, but I think he'll get overwhelmed in that fight and get knocked out mid to late. But it's good to see Ioka back. Pigeons team Jake Paul. Fucking hell, I can't speak. I want Jake Paul to win so we can get him in there with Tommy Fury. That's a competitive fight, bro. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. Yes, big up to Recognize. Salute to Recognize, man. Every single time. One of the best people on the whole YTBC, in my opinion. I always like hearing from Recognize. He's one of those guys, though, on the YTBC who I always prefer. Like I rate his boxing talk, but I always think he's wasted on boxing talk. Like I prefer hearing Recognize just talk about life and his views on the world. But yeah, big up to Recognize, man, every single time. Everyone loves Jake Paul, man. Yeah, natural athlete and fighter. Apparently, Jake Paul's been training with what's that bitch's name? Amanda Serrano. Do you reckon he smashed her? I'd definitely give it a fucking go. I'd shoot my shot at Amanda Serrano. I'd shoot my shot. I think so, yeah. That Kuzmano guy's not been stopped, but he's not exactly fought anybody decent. So I think he'll stop him, bro. I think he'll stop him. All of you guys are going on about fucking Jake Paul. Oh, yeah, Eastern European women are nice. Yeah, no doubt. Like Bulgarian women in particular are nice, man. They're nice. Like Romanian women are quite nice, but in the UK, Romanians are a bit dicey because a lot of them are fucking whores, to be honest. So you got to watch out. But if you find a Romanian woman who's not a whore, like selling herself, they are fucking pretty. What about Spanish women? Yeah, man, I've got no complaints. Do you mean Spanish as in Spanish or like Mexican kind of thing? But yeah, either way, mate, I've got no complaints. A hot woman's a hot woman as far as I'm concerned. As I've gotten older, I don't really have a particular taste anymore. As long as they're in relatively good shape, bit of arse, you know, a few curves, thick, not fat, right? I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Could you manage? Could you manage spending 10K on fat hookers in a month? Absolutely not. Big boys boxing. Got no idea, Jay's Boxing Universe. I've never done anything like that in my life. Never done anything like that in my life. But listen, there are people who swear by it, so I guess it's one of those things you only find out when you try it. Doesn't sound like it's for me though, personally. The only poster of a fight I've ever owned, I had a Pacquiao poster when I was like 15. Eastern European women can get it. Polish chicks, Russian chicks, Lithuanian chicks, any Eastern European chick can get it. Yeah, I don't disagree, bro. I don't disagree. They're hard to pick up, though. They're really hard to pick up, honestly. But I kind of rate that as well because when I went to Bulgaria, like a Bulgarian woman is not going to fuck a tourist. It's not going to happen. Unless they're like in a whorehouse, they are not going to fuck a tourist. You're not going to go to Bulgaria and have a one-night stand with a Bulgarian woman. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like they'll try and they understand the importance of like their beauty and sexuality. They're not going to give it away. They're not going to give it away. Whereas Western women will give it away to anybody. Like you can be funny. You don't have to be like balling. You don't have to be all that well dressed or good looking. If you've got a bit of banter and people skills, Western women will give it away, man. So it's one of those things. Like I've never understood yet on the subject of that. We're talking about Eastern European women, how hard they are to get, and in comparison to Western women, I've never understood like this like MGTOW movement or like incel movement. Like how can you live in like a Western country like the US or UK and not get laid? Like I'm an average looking dude, yeah. It's like just play. All you got to do is play the numbers game. Eventually, somebody's going to fuck you. It's really not hard. But you know, if you can't get laid, in a Western country, there's something seriously wrong. I'll put it that way. I've been on this kick here for like watching incel vlogs, and it's so fucking cringy, man. It's so fucking cringy. Russian lady's nice. Yeah, average Joe doesn't want that better be smoke. Facts. I think he knows what time it is. But the thing is, yeah, listen, I think he loses that fight, Joe Smith. But he's got a puncher's chance. Why not fucking... Why not try and take that fight and roll the dice, man? If you land, who knows? He could win that fight, theoretically. You can see a way he wins that fight, but he obviously doesn't believe in himself. Very disappointing, man. Yeah, I don't like Joe Smith either. After that Vlasov robbery, yeah, he lost that fight 8-4, in my opinion. Can't stand Bivol. Guy is so dull. Yeah, I don't think he's improved, to be honest, in the last couple of fights. I've seen this guy basically from pro debut on Povetkin undercards back in Russia, and I was really impressed at the start. I've been impressed for a long time with Bivol, but the last couple of years, man, I just don't think he's improved. Yeah, Bivol is just too conservative. He could have stopped Smith, in my opinion, but he was worried about getting clipped. Yeah, and again, ultimately, my favorite fighters are always going to be guys who try and bring it and try and go for the knockout. That's pretty consistent when I list off my favorite fighters. And Bivol just isn't. He's not that, to be honest. He can, and the thing is, he can actually punch a bit. He can actually punch a bit, but he just doesn't risk it. And I'm as good as he is. I'm just not my thing. You know, I'm not going to shit on fucking someone like Lara and say Bivol's great. Bivol's not as bad as Lara in terms of like sitting back and moving about, but I don't know, man. Jake Paul's blown a load in their ass 100%. Yeah, Amanda Serrano's all right, you know. Amanda Serrano's all right. I'm not. Well, he seems to be calling him out now, Duck. He seems to be calling him out now. And to be honest, bro, I don't trust Eddie Hearn, man. With Dimitri Bivol, I don't trust him at all. So I'm not sure about that, man. But maybe you're right, bro. Maybe you're right. But I'm just saying, if those two guys fought, I think Ramirez would have a chance. He'd have a good chance as well. I think that's a good. See, to me, Duck, yeah, that's the fight that should happen for Bivol and Ramirez. I think it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Bulgarian women like that British tick. I tried, smashed a Russian girl in uni. Unbelievable. Yeah, I've never had a Russian, man. I can't front. I've never had a Russian. Don't get Del started about them fat Latinas. Yeah, Indian girls. I've told the story about the Indian girl back in college. So I kind of got with her, and we kind of met up at her house to study. One thing led to another. I think she was Indian, but I'm not sure what religion she was. But one thing led to another. Was going at it, and all of a sudden her family came back, and we heard them downstairs. They came through the door, obviously, and we heard them. So obviously, her being religious, she couldn't be seen with someone like me. So I was sitting in the fucking wardrobe for like 2 hours, man, until they went to sleep. Then I could leave. So I didn't even get to finish. Seething, absolutely raging. She had a perfect ass as well, man. Proper perfect ass. Gutted, man. That was in Luton. Fucking gutted. Couldn't believe it, man. German chicks are fire. Christina Hammer. See, Haitian sensation. I'm not a big fan of Christina Hammer. She looks. I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what it is about her. I'm not saying she's on a. I can tell she's like a relatively good-looking woman, but for whatever reason, just doesn't float my boat. Doesn't float my boat. Exactly, Colin. Exactly. Indeed, Pigeon Man. They are. They are, man. These. Yeah, watching those Black Pill videos are funny as fuck. Yeah, bro. I get like that with YouTube. Yeah, I'll go down some random rabbit hole and watch some fucking random videos. I'll tell you what, actually, I'll try and find the video I saw. It was fucking hysterical. It was fucking hysterical. Maybe one day we'll do a watch along on this channel. We'll basically just watch fucking incel content and have a laugh. I think that'd be fucking funny. But this dude is fucking tapped in the head, man. Where was this fucking video? It's so funny. Like it's just like a vlog, but it was so funny. I think I found the dude. I think I found the dude. It was so funny. I'm a bit of a prick. Making fun of people in desperate situations. Where is this video, man? Oh my god, here it is. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. This guy's fucking hilarious, man. This guy's fucking hilarious. When you get a minute, yeah, if you want to laugh, watch this video. I've just linked it in the chat. Linked it in the chat. Yeah, blue balls, exactly, Duck. Horrible feeling, man. Horrible feeling. But she had like the best ass I've seen, man. The best ass. No, I've not seen it, bro. Not seen it, but I've heard it was a good fight. Heard it was a good fight. Yeah, he was another creep, man. He was another creep, JDav. That Elliot Roger. Yeah, exactly. That's not healthy, man, to repress yourself like that and just give up. Like anybody can work on themselves, like getting a bit better shape, get a decent haircut, dress properly, learn to socialize. At the end of the day, man, you got to think of it like an autist. It's a numbers game, right? Eventually, somebody's going to say yes. It's just that simple. All you need to have is the courage of your convictions to approach somebody and be able to carry a conversation. That's all it takes, man. People like to, you see these dating gurus online and they'll try and overcomplicate it. You got to do this, you got to do that. It's really not that hard, man. It's really not that hard. In my opinion, there's no science to it, man. It's bullshit. There's no science to it. You can't fake energy. You can fake certain things, but like, listen, all you got to do is lose your inhibition, man, and you're sorted. You're fine. From my experience, I can only speak for myself, but people like to overcomplicate these things, man. Jake Paul, pound for pound, number one GOAT. I had a fetish for midget girls a few years ago. Oh dear. Oh yeah, man. See, we get none of that in the UK recognised, man. Like Brazilians, man. We get none of that in the UK. Fucking hell, man. See, man, if I'd be so happy in America, man. Go to Miami. I'd be fucking so happy, man. Especially those fucking Cubans, man. Jesus. Yeah, it's cringy, innit? It's funny as fuck. Yeah, never knew incels before the Plymouth shooting. I lived in Plymouth between 2011 and 2016. It was so easy to smash birds, man. Even my fat flatmate was getting his load off. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Can't see the point in faking it till you make it with women because down the line, they'll find out that you won't really care anyway. So be yourself, confident, and you'll get all of the pussy you want. Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's not a rocket science. You'll see like dating gurus try and sell you advice, and they'll try and sell certain products on how to be better with women, but it's trial and error, you know. All it is trial and error. Just have your courage of your convictions to actually approach a female, and you'll know what works, what doesn't work, etc., etc. It's not hard. Exactly. If you're fun and energetic, you'd get laid. Exactly. Exactly. Like I've been flat broke and like been able to get laid. Like flat broke. But I know people, yeah, who have got their shit together. My age, yeah, like better off than me in life in terms of finances, and they can't get anywhere. So there's more to it than like certain people make out. It depends what you want though as well. Like me personally, I'm not looking for a relationship, so maybe I've got it on easy mode. It's a lot easier to get laid than find a queen, right? But I couldn't give you advice on that because I've never really wanted that as of right now anyway. So yeah, he was in Plymouth, yep. What would you rather read in one sitting? Elliot Rogers' manifesto or Tony Bellew's autobiography? I'd rather read Elliot Rogers' manifesto for a lol, to be honest. Ugas's girl is nice, bro. Ugas's girl is nice. I wouldn't give a fuck if I got knocked out in a round if I was going home to that. I wouldn't give a fuck. But yeah, she's got a nice booty. I'll give you some advice. Don't go on Craigslist London. I can imagine, bro. I can imagine. I recognise he's not feeling it. Them eyebrows make her look suspect. Man, I'm not going to overanalyze the situation, man. I see a fat ass. I'm going to go for it, man. I'm going to go for it, bruv. Yeah, she's not my type, Christina Hammer. Just not my type. I'm surprised Tony Bellew can read. How can he write a book? So many girls have told me men don't have anything to say, but you're so open and sociable. Men need to get off their phones, man, and socialize. Girls can sense your testosterone and energy. I totally agree. I totally agree. And that's a funny thing you say that, James. Do you have social media by any chance? Like personal social media accounts, not like YouTube or Twitter or anything like that, but like personal social media accounts. I don't have any social media accounts, and when I tell a chick that, they always find that super weird, super interesting for whatever reason, and it intrigues them for what it's hard to explain. But like everyone's so engrossed in social media, people forget. Like I don't know, it's a hard one, it's a weird one, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I agree, Haitian sensation. I totally agree. Dell's type is Michelle Joy Phelps. Listen, man, you can lie duck, but like if she was in your house, butt fucking naked, you're not going to kick her out, are you? You're not going to kick her out. Man's out here fucking shaming my female taste. Women don't want relationships either, boss. Now I'll be ready to settle down when I leave this country. Tell you that. That's when I'll settle down. When I get out of this country and I move somewhere else, that's when I'll settle down. But that's my goal anyway, to get out of this country. So it's kind of pointless trying to settle down now. She's all right. Like I wouldn't say no, but again, she's not somebody I look at and think to myself, "Damn, I would like give a left nut to fuck her." Just yeah, she's all right. I would, but I'd call the police if she was in my house. She's probably got a Roger bigger than my own. Dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, guys. Michelle Joy Phelps uses makeup on her pum 100%. I think you guys are looking into it too much, man. You guys are looking into it too much. I've seen a camel toe with Michelle Joy Phelps, man. So I'm assuming she's a woman. I've not been caught out yet, bruv. So she's annoying, though. She is annoying. I'll say that much. I'll probably lose it like halfway through. Probably like lose the will and just give up. Michael Joy Phelps. Jesus. But yeah, guys, if you do anything, if you want to laugh, watch that video I linked, man. It's fucking hilarious, man. See, I was going to make a video on the second channel about incels, but I thought better of it. But yeah, watch that fucking video, man. It's jokes. Oh, it's funny you say that. Yeah, a couple of people have asked me that. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm really not sure. I mean, I watched his last stream, which was, I think it was maybe a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about like Afghanistan, I think it was, not boxing related. I wonder if that stream got him in trouble. I hope not. Maybe he's just hid his channel for a while, just taking a break, because you can hide your channel, I believe. So maybe he's done that. But he was doing some really good views, man. So I don't see why he would delete it. So I guess he's either been banned or he's just hiding his channel for a while, taking a break. I'm not sure. Fuck. Yeah, one laugh and that shit is soft, yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah. That'll be a post-fight review if I bang Michelle Joy Phelps. I'll let you know how it was. She follows me on Twitter, believe it or not. Or she used to anyway. I'm not sure whether she still does. Yeah, if your bird is still awake, she needs more fixing. Facts. Facts. Okay, so Ultratech said he was dropping boxing content. A lot of people are sick of boxing right now. Okay. Hopefully he's not deleted his channel though, because again, he's one of those guys who, obviously I like his boxing content, but even when he's not talking about boxing, I think he's got a lot to offer. So hopefully he'll still be around. Yeah, I've cussed Michelle Joy Phelps up a lot, and she's still not blocked me. Let's have a look. Does she follow me? Maybe I need to slide into her DMs. Should do hang on, where? Oh yeah, she still follows me. She still follows me. There you go. I can DM her right now. Shoot my shot. Send her a dick pic and she sends me one back. Fucking hell. Hey guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV, and I regret going near Michelle Joy Phelps. Oh my days. Katie Taylor or Hannah Rankin on a cold night in November. I remember Hannah Rankin being really ugly, but I can't picture the face. Let me have a look at Hannah Rankin. Hannah Rankin. I hate the name as well, Rankin. Oh my days. She looks like fucking I'm not gonna say anything mean. Let's have a look at Katie Taylor. I need a refresh. I'd rather go Katie Taylor, to be honest. It's not a hard decision. Maybe she wants a piece of that Luton pipe. I bet you'd get loads of puss in the US with that British voice. Maybe, man. Maybe. I think you do quite well out there as well, to be honest, Duck. I've heard a couple of your videos. You need to get out there, man. Oh my god, you got Rankin over Taylor. See, I'm not a fan of Taylor whatsoever. Don't get it twisted, but I think she's levels above Rankin. I think it was Diana La Bonita Fernandez. Good old Diana. I had a manager called Diana once at my old job. You know those chicks, like you can't work out whether she's ugly or whether you'd fuck her or not. She's one of those girls. Like I couldn't work out like whether I'd fuck her or not. What's her name? Diana Bonita Fernandez. Okay, let's have a look at this chick. Here we go. This is where you tell me she's like a man or something like that. She doesn't look like a man. Yeah, she's not a man. Yeah, she's all right, She ain't too bad at all. Wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. You'll be signed up to PBC like a reporter. Oh dear. Irish accent's useful in Asia. Yeah, a British accent is useful basically everywhere other than Europe. Like they all fucking hate us over here. Like if you go to Spain with a British accent, they fucking hate us. Like Spain, anywhere in Europe, they kind of hate us, but anywhere else, I think a British accent works quite well. Maybe not so much in Australia, because there's a lot of British people out there, but big up to Marianne G. Salute to you, sir. Hard one, that is, Snoop. It's a hard one. I need to see Lara again. If he does another job on Josh Warrington, then I'd have to think about it. But I need to see that fight first, to be honest. Because for all we know, maybe Lara's like a one-hit wonder. But we'll see. No, I agree with that. Yeah, I think Navarrete beats everyone in that weight class, to be honest, at featherweight. I think Navarrete is very good. Very good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up because I've got a couple of bits I need to attend to. But yeah, thank you guys for showing out. Just a quick little live stream on a Friday night. Long weekend coming up. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up. I've got a couple of bits I need to do. But yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Peace.